Welcome to 53 in Maine. I'm Shelley Crenshaw.
And I'm Quenisha McElroy.
Hey, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Hey, well, coming up on the show today, we will visit the Columbus Zoo and see some incredible wildlife and find out how it might really feel to be on a real African savanna.
We'll also stop by the Main Street Cafe and I'll head down to the Jazz and Rib Fest.
And we'll hop in the pool with Charmel Barnett in part 2 of our scuba diving series, so let's get started.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was really good. I went and had an angel reading. It was kind of interesting.
Really? I've had my cards read, but an angel reading? What is that?
Probably no different than a regular reading, but I wanted to try it out, and so I did. So it was okay.
Oh, okay. I have always dreamed of going on a safari. Recently, Shelley, you got pretty close to it by visiting the Columbus Zoo.
I did. You know, it was really, really amazing. The Heart of Africa gives visitors an up-close and personal experience with the animals and the sights and sounds of the beautiful 43-acre savanna. Hey guys, I am here at the Columbus Zoo inside of the Heart of Africa exhibit here, and today I have Adam Phelps. He's going to tell us more about this amazing savanna behind us. You know, we were here earlier and we saw antelope, wildebeest, there's lots of storks, and we also saw the lion. So this is pretty incredible what you have here. Can you tell us more about it?
It's a pretty state-of-the-art exhibit. We have an 8-acre savanna wrapping around a giraffe yard, a lion yard, and a watering hole. We call it the watering hole. The watering hole is an exhibit that rotates almost every hour. So if you go to Africa and you're on a safari, they're going to take you to a watering hole because that's where you're going to see more animals because every animal needs water. So that's the idea behind the watering hole. And then the big savanna that you saw, the gazelles and the wildebeest in, that's an 8-acre savanna of almost 80 different animals. About 12 different species, and what that represents is what you would see on the savannas of Africa. The idea of the exhibit is when you look out, it looks like Africa. I mean, the savanna, it looks like a savanna. It's a grassy savanna. You see no barriers, you see no fences. A lot of people do not realize that behind that hill over there is a housing development. We are surrounded by houses.
This is pretty cool. I mean, whoever would have thought that you could, I guess, what went into the design of this? How did you guys even come up with this idea?
It was almost a 5-year design, and then we started construction. Construction is about 2 years of that. And construction is where, like, we had all of our ideas. It was keepers, curators, planning department, just, I mean, everybody was involved in the creation of this region. And the idea was to make it feel like you're in Africa and to hide barriers. But when you start construction, that's when you really start deciding what goes where and how things look. And to be honest, that hill was not part of our plan. Jack had a lot of input in this, and he wanted to see Africa, and he wanted not to see houses. So we just started taking all the dirt that we were using for parking lots and things like that and making Mount Hannah, I call it.
What kind of response have you gotten from the public? I mean, we see tons of kids right now.
This is a very, very, very popular exhibit. We're in our second year. Usually the first year, it can be kind of stressful and things don't go as well. And the second year, you make adjustments. Well, we were fortunate enough to have a really good opening and everything went really well. So we didn't really have to make a lot of adjustments. And we're seeing the same amount of people flowing in here as we did last summer, which is pretty exciting. We had a record-breaking May, a record-breaking April, and a record-breaking March. And part of that had to do, and the May had to do with people coming to see Africa.
What do you think that when kids see the lions, do they get afraid? Do they get scared? I mean, they're pretty big close up.
Yeah, our most common question, the lion exhibit's awesome.
Yeah.
Our most common question is how do you keep the lions from eating the other animals? Because you don't see any barriers. It's a perceived mixed species exhibit. So we made it look like they were in with the other animals, but they're not. There's actually a 16-foot wall that separates them. And the exhibit is designed perfectly for lions. Lions sleep for 20 hours a day. So one of our biggest complaints from visitors is, why do your lions sleep so much? Well, that's because that's what lions do. So when in the heat of the day, they're going to look for something cool. So the exhibit is designed perfectly because in the morning, they're out on their pride rocks, looking out in the savanna, watching the animals. When the heat starts coming, they start looking for that shade. And we put an airplane in that represents what you would see in Africa if you're flying, well, kind of. But the wing is inside the exhibit and under shade. And our hope was to get the lions up close and personal to the public because the window's right there.
Oh my God.
And then to make sure that we could do that, we put an air conditioner in the wing. And that ensures that those animals will be on the wing so people can see them.
Very cool. Okay. She's blowing a whistle out there. So what's gonna happen out here?
So the zebra are gonna follow her.
Oh my gosh.
So each animal is trained to move and shift. So each animal has their own individual sound. So they have the whistle. So when these guys were young, we got the zebra when they were a couple weeks old, and we actually hand raised them. And every time we gave them milk, we would blow the whistle, and that would help them understand they really like milk. The whistle means a lot. It means nothing to the wildebeest, because the wildebeest, when we feed them, we use a tambourine. And so when we want the wildebeest to move somewhere, we play a tambourine, and they come running in.
So as you can see, there's lots of great things to do and see here at the Columbus Zoo, especially here at the Heart of Africa Savannah. It's incredible. So if you don't have anything to do this summer, definitely stop by here because it's well worth the visit. We'll see you next time. That airplane the lion sits on is a real military aircraft, so that was pretty amazing to see. And you know, one thing that I really love about summer besides going to the zoo is great barbecue, and there's not a better place to try delicious ribs than at the Jazz and Rib Festival.
I know pitmasters are getting ready for cool jazz and hot ribs. Jeff and I stopped by the festival, and here's what you can expect to see and taste at the festival. Hi, I'm Quenisha McIver.
And I'm Jeffrey Kynes.
And we're out here at the 2015 Jazz and Rib Fest, hoping to talk to some good people today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling real good about this. I'm enjoying the food and everything else.
Yes, I can't wait to taste some of these ribs. I'm smelling it right now.
It's just fun to walk around to music and eat.
What is it tasting like?
What is it tasting like? Heaven on a rib.
They should come down because there's great music, there's fabulous ribs, corn, drinks, anything that you want. Come down, it's a great time.
Hey, the ribs are great. Good people, fun.
The music.
Happy birthday to you.
The music, I enjoy the music, the jazz, the food. You just can't beat it.
Yeah, this is something I do every year. My family comes in town from South Carolina and Virginia, and we've been doing this for about 8 years in a row.
They have good ribs.
How do you feel about the ribs, sir?
I found my place right there. I get him every year, so I'm good. So.
Good prices, a lot of fun, the atmosphere. It's a place to be this weekend.
What we got to try here now?
Well, I got something that'll improve your cardiovascular system, your sinus, your pancreas, and your colon in less than 32 seconds. It takes 32 seconds to put pep in your step, move in your groove. Watch and see.
All right, well, Jeff, take a bite.
All right, we're getting ready to see what this tastes like, all right? He says this is his nuclear, he says it's hot.
It's all mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. But I think it's going to matter. It's going to take 32 seconds. 32 seconds. It's going to burn from the inside out.
Ooh,
it's going to.
Good.
Yes, sir.
But it's good. You know what? You got the sweat coming off me right now.
Now we're heading back to the studio, guys. You know, I had such a great time down there. The ribs were good. They're a little hot, but still a good time. On our next episode of 53 in Maine, our own barbecue expert, Big Rob, talks to a few pit masters to find out the secrets to their delicious ribs.
On our last episode of 53 in Maine, we showed you some great scuba dive locations. Well, today we're going to show you how you can become a certified diver in just a few short lessons. Charmel Barnett takes us into the pool at Underwater Connection.
Hi, I'm Charmel Barnett here at Underwater Connection. Just got finished talking to Bill. He's gonna teach us some scuba diving. The pool's open, so let's go. Let's go. He's sitting me up here, Bill, and me and the crew are gonna take a little scuba diving lesson. So, Bill, does this often take long, or?
No, you're about ready to go.
I just had to get my mask and my flippers.
Let's do the mask first.
Let's go do the mask.
Move the strap out of the way, over your eyes and nose, and suck it through your nose. Should be like a suction cup. Good. We're gonna defog it, and then just chunk it. That'll keep the mask on now. The one rule today is breathe continuously. Just breathe all the time. That's the only rule we have. Now, let me show you how relaxing and easy diving is. Going up and down. On your left side, there's a corrugated hose hanging down, and there's a little button on the side. Push that button on the side, and air goes into the vest. Push that. Isn't that cool? That makes you float. Mouthpiece is in. Watch me first, and then if you want, give it a try. Go on.
So now, Bill's gonna take us to the deep end.
I would like you to try to kneel down underwater. From a kneeling position, you can recover and stand right up if you want to. Should we try kneeling down? You want to try it?
There we go.
Nice and slow, long breaths will feel better.
It's the best thing ever. I love it. It's exciting. If you want to learn scuba diving, come to Underwater Connections. Back to you at the studio.
That doesn't seem very hard at all.
Well, you know what? It wasn't very hard. And I think just listening to Bill, I think I'm actually going to take him up on that and go try to learn how to scuba dive.
Well,
so,
I'm excited to hear.
I'll keep you posted. And that's going to wrap up our show today. Thank you so much for joining us.
And if you have any great ideas for a segment, please email us at 53andmain.com, tweet us, or follow us on Facebook.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.